Hello everybody and welcome to the Merwin Music YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to build this guitar pedal backup battery. Okay, so here is a little DIY piece of gear that is super simple to make, and I think it is worth throwing in your gig bag and bringing along with your guitar pedals and can really save the day. Now this is just a 9-volt battery with a battery clip soldered to a guitar pedal power cable. Now you can plug this into most 9-volt guitar pedals and get them up and running. All you have to do is take an extra guitar pedal power cable, and if it is double-sided like this one that is meant to hook up a power supply to a guitar pedal, then you can cut it in half and you can use this to make 2 of these backup batteries from one cable. And then we're just going to take this 9-volt battery clip and we're going to solder it to the power cable. Now most guitar pedals are barrel positive or tip negative, which means we want the positive side of the battery to hook up to the outside of the connector, and we want the inside or the tip to be hooked up to the negative side. So I'm going to use my multimeter here to check for continuity so that I know which of these wires that I stripped back is which. And you can see that the outer shield is the tip or the inside of the plug, so it is the negative, and the inner wire is the outside of the connector or positive. So I'm going to slide on a piece of heat shrink over both wires, and then I'm going to slide a smaller piece over just the positive wire, and then I'm going to solder these up to the battery clip. Now once that's all done, I'm going to take the small piece of heat shrink and slide that over the positive wire and shrink it down, and then I can take this bigger piece of heat shrink, slide it over the whole connection, and shrink it down to hold everything together nice and neat. Now you might be wondering, what is the purpose of this thing? And I think it comes in handy in a couple of ways. So let's say you use a pedal board and you just use the batteries inside of each pedal to power it. If one of those happens to go dead at a gig, you're not out of luck. All you have to do is grab this little guy and plug it into the power input of that pedal and you are up and running again. Now I find this to be a lot more convenient rather than having to unplug the pedal and flip it over and replace the battery on the inside, even with this tuner here that has just one thumb screw to change the battery. And obviously this would be even more true if you had a pedal where you had to take out 4 screws with a screwdriver to get to the battery. Also, if you use a pedal board that runs off of a power supply, let's say that something happens to that, at least you can plug in a couple of these little backup batteries into your most important pedals and sort of limp through a gig instead of being completely out of luck. Or the situation that I have come across a lot is that in some venues, your high gain pedals, like a fuzz pedal or a distortion pedal, are not happy with the power situation and are humming way too loud. Oftentimes you can just unplug from the power supply and run the pedal off of a battery, and you can cut down on a lot of noise. So whatever your setup looks like, if you are using guitar pedals at all, then I think making a couple of these little guys and keeping them in your gig bag just in case is a no-brainer. Now, one disclaimer is that this will not work for every single guitar pedal. If your pedal has the ability to run off of an internal battery, then this will definitely work, and a lot of smaller pedals that draw less than 100 milliamps of current will work as well. But obviously, the more current the pedal needs, the less time the battery will last. Now, I would not recommend doing this with power-hungry delays or looper pedals, as you could end up trying to draw too much current from the battery, and in a worst-case situation, you could cause a fire. So you've been warned, don't try this on your big power-hungry digital pedals, but for most overdrive and distortion pedals and some delays and reverbs and things like that, this little thing really comes in handy. Hopefully you are convinced of the benefits of keeping a couple of these around just in case, and if you are, go ahead and hit that like button and go off and make your own. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.